So today our topic is how could the Soviet Union never fallen? For this, we need to adjust some things in the history. So before proceeding into the video, I like to ask you to subscribe my channel and like video for the best content we give. Okay, let's go into the topic. So from 1980 onwards in Soviet Union, there were many flaws for fall of the Union. Because leadership, policies, and actions of the multinational state were very worst in real history, please, caused the fall of Soviet Union quickly and inevitably. Show the list of things we should change are 1. Mikhail Gorbachev leadership, 2. Soviet-Afghan war, 3. Chernobyl disaster, 4. Soviet image, 5. Soviet influence, 6. Reforms. Okay. Firstly, on 11 March 1985, Mikhail Gorbachev became the General Secretary of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. Instead of real-time, 1991, he is removed from power in 1986 only. On February 1st, 1986, a group of communist leaders come in front of Mikhail Gorbachev and warn and force him to resign in-house only by forcefully. He was resigned from the position of General Secretary and the paper were passed later into the office. Like this, Gorbachev's political career has been diminished forever. The February coup leaders, like Gennady Yanayev, as a figurehead role and nominal head of the state, Valentin Pavlo continued as economic administrator and premier, and the main leader and power holder of the Soviet Union is Vladimir Khrushchev, and General Secretary now, and rules with his applied KGB-led restoration of hardline communist rule. Instead, a more hardcore communists was replaced by Politburo by this new government, and their main aim for now is to eliminate Gorbachev due to political reasons and Boris Yeltsin, who is constantly trying for political reforms. He and his associates are brutally murdered in public, and later other political movements too are suppressed in Central Asia, Caucasus, and in Baltics. Like this communist holded total power of nation shiftly. In this scenario, I wantedly avoided Chernobyl disaster. Do you do it? No nuclear protests happen on UN global stage for USSR. No security and nuclear with America. Soviet-Afghan war. Soviets this time focus fully on total country, in spite of cities and roads. More than 1 million soldiers enter Afghanistan. The fractions within the Mujahideen are utilized by Soviets perfectly. Insurgent tactics are used in insurgents and Afghanistan rebels only by Soviets. Food and ammunition supply are established within a year. By 1987, January, the 60% Afghan land come under control of Soviets. Soon within the Afghan Mujahideen factions, like Shia and Sunni, are exploited and totally annihilated by bombs and weapons for humiliation of Afghans. Soviets try war crimes and horrors on Afghanistan. Women are raped by them. In reality, just 15,000 to 2,000 people died in Soviet-Afghan war. But in this scenario, more than 120,000 are died on Soviet side and 2 million deaths on Afghan side. By having American support, also Afghans lost and guerrilla and insurgent tactics are failed, and Soviets eventually secure Afghanistan and win it, and a Soviet victory stabilizes Afghanistan. America and Middle East nations are badly affected for defeat in war. Najibullah's government is placed in Afghanistan, and the issue is cleared. Soviet Union image increases as communist superpower, still winning its own Vietnam-style war with US-supported extremist groups. Afghanistan is made into a protectorate of Soviet Union. Europe and NATO are worried a lot after a failed Eastern Europe revolutions. In our timeline, Eastern Europe had chosen a non-communist pathway from 1985 to 1991. But in this scenario, Vladimir Khrushchev as the leader brutally suppress all the revolution or uprisings activities in Eastern Europe countries, and Warsaw Pact is secured. Like if Mikhail Gorbachev is not present, his political reforms like glasnost and perestroika are also not present. means the existing minor nationalists and rebels of Eastern Europe are also defeated, another blow to NATO and Western world. By the end of 1989, all the 5 out of 6 changes had happened, and the remaining one change is economic reforms. Valentin Pavlov, the premier, still consults other communist leaders for the basic economic reforms the Soviet Union need. They are public and daily needs of Soviet people. Because a country based on military economy or war economy cannot survive eventually. So some mild economic reforms are made, like basic things and easing industry limits under government. Similar Chinese-style economy established in Soviet Union. State control enterprises, or SOEs, are increased highly. Military will be intact, and scientists and technicians of Soviet Union are informed to develop technologies and automation hardly by 2000s. To solve the problem of labor and forceful labor, projects like O-gas happens fastly. INF treaty never happens. Nuclear stockpile increases along GDP. Soviet economy takes growing, and by 2000s a news leadership makes more economy reforms. Similar economic reforms are also made in Eastern Europe countries and Soviet-aligned countries. The Cold War never stops, and the Soviet Union never falls. East and West Germany stay divided, and no revolutions in 1989.